Hi, welcome to another Rate My Portfolio. Today we're going to be looking at a really interesting portfolio that was given to me a few days ago, and I'm just blown away by it. It's sent to me by Mhike, and I'm absolutely just blown away by this portfolio. I've never seen a portfolio like this before, so I think I need to show you exactly what it looks like. We'll explore it together, and you can make your own mind up on what you think about it. I think it's brilliant. I think it's super creative. I think the amount of time and effort that's gone into this is just colossal. And as I said, I've never seen a portfolio like this before in terms of the detail. It's just brilliant. Anyway, enough about me gushing about this portfolio. Let's have a look. So first of all, we can see that with this portfolio, Mhike has used Wix, which again I do recommend you use if you want to be able to create something quite quickly. But I would say that Mhike has spent a little bit more time on this than the average person that creates a portfolio. I certainly wouldn't have gone to this much effort, but I think it's powerful and I think it works. So let's explore it. So first of all, it's quite clear that he's taken inspiration from Yahoo. And he's taken his name and he's had a play on words, so he's Mhike, okay, UK and Ireland. And we can see here in the sort of top right hand corner we have a mail icon, and that actually links to a mail to link, so you can send Mhike a link straight away, which is great. But also though, you have the main event, you have the lovely colour here, but then you have his name, or at least his play on words. You then have his name in the search box, and underneath you have the search results suggestions, which I think is really clever. He's a professional creative, he's a legend. I think it's cheeky, but I like it. It's confident. Click blue magnifying glass to enter, so we can click the blue magnifying glass to enter, and then we're faced with this incredible looking app. He's put so much time into designing. I can't get over how good this looks. So what he's done, of course, is he's created that user interface that you would normally find on Yahoo. And he's taken elements of this and embellished them. So let's start off from the top left as I normally do. We got the home icon, we have mail. Some of these don't work, some of it is placed just purely for aesthetics. However, there are elements within it that encourage you to search. So this is very much not the usual portfolio whereby I would talk about, making it easy for the user to navigate. This very much is a hands-on, you're playing around with it, you're exploring it, and you're discovering areas within the portfolio that you maybe haven't discovered before. There's lots of little Easter eggs in this, there's lots of little sort of areas of interest, and that, when it's done well, this works. This works because it does encourage the user to spend time on the portfolio and explore it, and I think it works. And the more you explore it, the more you realise how clever it is, really, because let's look at the search engine results page of what he's created, the SERPs. We can look at about eBoard. So let's have a look, about Mhike. And it takes you to a new page, his brand. And it gives you loads of information about himself. He's sort of deconstructed himself here in a crazy way. But I think it's great. I think it's good. You can see all of the things that, all the organs that are relating to his creativity, his interests. And then he puts himself, where does he see himself in 5 years' time? Career assessments. So look at this. What's this? I mean, this is just so deep. You go into reports about his temperament. Okay, it's a while ago, but still, you get an interesting breakdown of the psychology of Mhike, which I think is brilliant. And you can explore these at your leisure if you wanted to. But motivation at work, there's just so much to cover. And then he's got an action plan where he wants to be in 5 years' time, and how he's even sort of broken down his life into smart objectives, or his it's just absolutely brilliant. So there's a lot of creativity here. This is just genuinely very, very creative, very it's just taken the idea of portfolio to a different plane, to be honest. Then we have Mike's online resume, so let's have a look at this. Again, it's just how striking and bold is this. It's just absolutely phenomenal. He's definitely a creator. There's no question about this. And he's put his experience down. He's put down his skills, his languages. Now, I don't review CVs, so I'm going to leave that for others to judge. But I think it's a striking-looking CV, and I think it's a very, very creative one at that. And then we have Mike's e-portfolio. So we click on his portfolio, and we get, look at this. We get a number of pieces of work that Mike has done across the years, including, briefs. I can't go through all of this because it would take days. But it's like Pandora's box. Just so many things that I want to explore and continue exploring after this video. And then of course we have images of Mike here, which is again a clever play on the actual idea of the SERPs. And we've got more infographics, more information here from Mike. The absolute quality and just look at what he's done here. It's absolutely, I'd expect this. I'd expect to see this kind of level of work from from people working in agencies. It's just genuinely very, very good. So I'm completely, again, blown away by the level of detail, the level of work and attention to detail that's been put into this. It's just mind-blowing. Then we have we've got the blog that the Mike has created. So again, that can be explored. So already we're building up a picture here of who Mike is. And of course, as you scroll down to the bottom of this portfolio, we have a number of areas or sort of hyperlinks that don't work. And that's only one area I would say that is potentially a little bit confusing, in the sense that I'm trying to click on a number of them and I don't get anywhere. So I understand from an aesthetic point of view and the creative point of view it works perfectly, but for the end user I'm clicking on all of these to see if they work. Let's go back up to the knowledge panel on the right hand side. Obviously there'll be a photo there. You can again email Mike from this, which is great, which is good. If we look, there's a video here. I assume there would be a video pulled in from YouTube at some point. And then we have more information on Mike himself. I love the way he's put his height. I think it's brilliant. And he's really gone, again, he's looked at it and he's just implemented this on his own profile, which I think is brilliant. Then we have all the socials that he's on. And we have more project work. We can scan through some of the project work, which again is just absolutely excellent. And you can click through to it. And again, it's just absolutely brilliant what he's done here. Absolutely brilliant. So I think as a package, what we're seeing here is we're seeing a portfolio like no other. Genuinely, I am going to spend more time looking at this. But I think that if you were a hiring manager and you were looking for somebody for a creative role, whether it's in social media, creative writing, graphics, and this arrived in your inbox and you clicked on this, I think, initially you're like, but once you actually have a quick exploration of it, which you will, because it pushes you to explore, you then realize the ingenuity of it. You realize how clever it is. And I really think that, I don't think I'll see many portfolios like this in the future. I think it is just a very, very clever take on the idea of creating a portfolio. And honestly, Mike, it's to date, I think overall as a package, it's the best I've seen. And there will be obviously people that will say, well, hang on a minute, there's a number of issues with it. And there are. It's not your traditional portfolio. The simple navigation, that goes out the window. The breaking down of projects, you've got loads and it's, piecing them all together and keeping that streamlined. But what you've done is you've taken it and created something different, which actually works. It does work. It does work as a portfolio. It just requires a little bit more time spent by the end user. But it works because it encourages you to do that. So there's not a lot much more I can say about this apart from it's a very good inspirational piece too. This will inspire other people to think about ways that they could implement something similar into their own portfolio style. I mean, I've got loads of ideas running around my own head in terms of what you could potentially do in the future for portfolio design. Just genuinely brilliant, Mike. Well, I'm going to stop gushing over this again, and I hope you enjoyed this. Please, if you did, like the video, do subscribe. I know a lot of people that watch this don't subscribe. It'd be good if you subscribed. It's a small channel. It'd be great if we could sort of build up the community a little bit and get a few more people interested in portfolios, which, let's face it, not many people talk about and it's not a subject which is really in the mainstream. So it'd be nice to build up a little bit of a community here. That said, I appreciate you watching anyway, and I will see you hopefully next sort of couple of weeks when I post another one up. All right, take care. Thanks again. Bye.